What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Strikeout Beer, your least favorite podcast with your pals Alan and Rapid Dave and Rapid Dave.
I'm Alan.
What's up, buddy?
No, not much. How you doing, brother?
Doing good. We're just talking about portrait mode versus landscape, and then on this format, we can only do landscape because both of our big asses are in the same room. But you know, we're going to be looking forward to
a great big fat person.
Yeah, when we decide to do remotes, yeah, we can probably stack or something like that. But yeah, I do like the portrait mode. I've noticed that like certain now, not all of them, but certain ones do push it out a little bit more. I noticed a little bit of an increase on like YouTube or something like that. And obviously, you know, with TikTok, it's a little bit different as well. So, but Twitch likes landscape. X, I think they prefer landscape, to be honest. And but yeah, Facebook kind of like I don't know if it's I don't know what's going on with Facebook, man. It's just like it's a dying breed. So
yeah, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna keep doing what we do, Playboy, and make that money.
What are you doing tonight? What are you drinking?
I am drinking. Hold on a second.
I was gonna say so.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with one that we actually just recorded a review on.
Okay.
From DrinkSip, 311 Stealing Hoppy Hours Hazy IPA. I saw the can and I was like, I'm buying this.
Yeah.
And then after I picked it up, I was like, oh, it's an NA.
Mm-hmm.
DrinkSip is one of the newest non-alcoholic breweries that have kind of come to light. I think they've just started showing up here in Texas. They're based out of Valencia, California.
Yeah, I think it says Inglewood on that thing.
Inglewood? Okay.
Yeah. I noticed that it popped up. I was like, oh, when you had it, I was like, what the heck is going on? I'd never heard of them before, never seen them before or anything like that. And so they got 311, and then the other one is
I have a Deftones one that I will have tonight as well. Okay. Which one I picked up the Deftones one. I thought it was the one from, I think it was Dreckle that we decided it was from.
Drecker.
Yeah.
Liz is in the house. Let's go. Buddy's in the house. What is going on? I see the logo, but then when I click on it, it gives me the let's go, hello thing. Yeah, I don't know. He's got the what's that guy?
Oh, I got to click here to see. No, that's that.
What's his name from The Simpsons? Ralph. Yeah, it's Ralph.
I'm in danger.
Mm-hmm. Essentially my whole life just sitting there. Well, yeah. So what's going on? Anything?
You know what? I think I'm just living the dream.
You sure about that?
I think so.
Okay.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Oh, everybody, you know, people still say that. I'm like, I've kind of gotten away from it. You know, I'm like, I feel you, you know, or I hear you or something like that. But yeah, I'm just kind of.
Well, I mean, I'm living the dream, but I didn't say what it was.
Yeah.
Is it a nightmare?
It's like you always try to make it.
Is it a wet dream? I don't know, man.
Let's try not to make it a nightmare. That's what I always think of when I see when someone says it, because it's from it's not Meet the Fockers. Who is it? Meet the Parents. And he's like, you know, this thing drives like a dream. And he's like, well, let's try not to make it a nightmare. Well, yeah, dude.
Well, I just think of when I think, are you sure about that?
Oh, that's.
Are you sure about that?
Detroiters or whatever.
It's
Or is it the other one?
I see. That's the problem. I keep getting those two shows mixed up because Tim Robinson in both of them, Detroiters, or I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah.
I think it might be Detroiters.
That show.
I can't wait for us to be wrong and them to just rip us apart in the comments.
Yeah, no one cares.
Because that's our favorite thing.
Nah.
No?
Don't even comment. Don't even rip us apart. Don't even comment.
Or do.
You know, if you hear it, just go ahead and leave.
Because I got to say, my self-esteem is pretty low, and it needs to keep going lower.
Oh my God, my self-esteem's awfully low. Never mind. There was like two stories I heard. It was like both airline related.
Okay.
One of them was, you see that near miss with Southwest and that private jet,
like two planes that almost, yeah.
So Southwest is landing, and this PJ or this smaller craft, you know, is pulling out, and like so it's coming down, and you can see it just kind of coming out to the left, and so he guns it, takes off, bolts, and you know they're like, oh, that wasn't even that close. I'm like, dude, that's close enough.
That's pretty.
And if you're on that Southwest flight, you're like, what the hell's going on? We're supposed to land. Now you got to circle back and all that kind of crap.
Michael Lopez is in the house. What's up, Michael? How we doing, brother?
What's up, dude?
We will be back to doing some SB fantasy football stuff here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Maybe next week. I don't know.
Yeah. What are you on TikTok? I swear to God, if that phone is on TikTok, I'm
it's
always
not.
Okay.
I was sharing the show out.
Okay. All right.
You typically I do that before the show goes live because we got the starting soon screen.
Yeah, we're done with
but
that.
we're done with that. We've been changing, you know, what we're using here lately.
Yeah, we're on Restream now.
Yeah. So, but hey, cheers. Mazel, good things.
There you go. Cheers. And the other story, I think Gordon was talking about it this morning. It was like, so these people are on like a 24-hour flight, from the U.S. going wherever the hell they're going, and they're towards kind of the back of the plane. It's kind of a semi-full flight, but they get lucked out right there. There's 4 seats. There's only 2 of them. No one sits in the other 2 seats. Like jackpot. Here we go. And apparently, some lady goes to the restroom and then comes out and just collapses in the aisle.
What?
A higher calorie human.
Yes.
So then,
that's how we have to refer to it.
Then the crew was unable to kind of move her they were going to put her in business class for some reason. They were going to drag her up there, but they couldn't get it past like the seat. They're bumping into every seat back and all that kind of stuff. They were like, we can't move this person, this high calorie human around. So
I have a high calorie human story for you after this one.
And so they were like, well, we have 2 extra seats right here. Let's dump her in one of these things. And so Gordon, of course, the story, like, listen to him, was like, put him in one of the jump seats with a taper her eyelids wide open and give her a sign that says, thanks for flying with us, or how are you doing, or something like that. And I was just sitting there like, oh my God. Oh, dude, what is that? Is that yours? Oh, it's Fear the Beard. Okay. I was like, oh my God, sounds like, did I create that? And so I was like, I don't want to be on a plane. Like, they should have a hatch and like a Ziploc, one of those zip bags you put bodies in, people who may
put them in the body bag, Johnny.
Yeah, you put them in a body bag and then you just slip them into like the cargo hold, because you're flying over the ocean, man. There's nothing nearby. It's not like you're going to be able to just stop. Oh, we're going to stop in Omaha or something like that. You're over the ocean. So the person staying on the plane, they're not like hitting the button and just shooting them out the tube, giving them a little Navy funeral. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, they should have like a hatch. You just stuff them down there where they can just chill. And
it doesn't happen often.
So well, I'm saying, but that should be, but you always have to have.
You have to plan for
procedures and things like that. There always has to be something, right? Anything that could happen. People down like cruises and stuff, and they don't like turn the damn boat around.
No.
They just stuff the thing down.
I think that's a little bit different, because you're like cruises. You're gone for a week,
couple days,
right?
Yeah.
With those, whereas a flight, you're gone for a few hours.
Well, this one's 24 hours.
Okay.
So have some, policies and procedures in place.
I'm sure they do.
If something happened, it's like, okay, well, you hit the thing and they shoot out of there like they're at a ride at Wet n Wild. I don't know.
Oh.
And you got, what though? You got like the parachute and a beacon on them, and they can just come retrieve them. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
That's all I can hear in my head. Like, that sound, like it just 3, 2, 1. And you just drop right out of the tube. And, I don't know.
I don't know, man. Look,
I think it'd be, if I passed away on a plane, I think I give them the absolute okay to shoot me out the ass into that plane. But like that though, right? Put me in a bag, or whatever. And like, just hit it.
As long as my floaty's like a flamingo or something like that.
Well,
right?
I don't want to, I don't want to, obviously you're dead anyways, but yeah, if they can wrap like a pink flamingo around me, and the sharks can have at me,
but look like I'm having fun.
But I don't.
That's the other thing.
Do you want to put a parachute on? Or you want to hit full speed? Like, you want to hit the water where you just disintegrate?
You still want to. Do you not still want to have a funeral at that point in time? Like,
I'm not having a funeral now, so why would I do it then?
Okay.
Yeah. Are you having a funeral?
I'm not. I don't control that.
You gonna get cremated? I was gonna get cremated. That's my thing. I think we're gonna get cremated.
I haven't thought about that yet.
No.
My
parents talked about it, so then I thought I was like, yeah, I'll just do that. And of course, Lizzie's like, I'm gonna get. She said she wants to. She changed her mind. She's back and forth. That woman, she can't make up her mind.
Right.
And so then it changed to, well, I'm going to be buried. And, well, I'm getting cremated. Well, yeah, no, I'm going to have your ashes and with me. I was like, what, are they going to have to dig you up to put me in there? And she seems to think that she's going to outlive me. I'm like, are you serious? I was like, you serious, Clark? I've toned it down over the last 10 years.
I understand that, but the last I heard, I still was not giving an updated timeline. So,
well, if I'm 70, maybe. I don't know. I just don't.
I'm just saying, man.
Do I want to try to? Do I want to try to outlive her, or do I want to just try to? I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want.
There's so many options. Yeah. So many choices.
It's like when it starts barreling down on you, I'll probably have I'll sing a different tune, but I think I want to go out the same.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My new favorite thing that I've seen here lately, I've seen a few little shorts and things or reels on Facebook or something like that. And it's people claiming that they're being fat shamed by rides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's like,
that giant ass dude.
Yeah, I'm being fat shamed by this ride. No, you're just too big to ride it.
Bro, you had to get forklift into the park.
Like
you didn't even walk to this ride.
They can't close the ride.
He's like,
they claim it's for my safety. No, it is for your safety because they can't buckle you in.
And everybody else, and there's also, let's be honest, there's weight limits on everything else.
Right.
And like this dude's like, and then I like that they put that shit out front where they're like, oh yeah, test yourself, whatever. He's like, oh, it just comes down here. It's like, bro, you're 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're like, look, it's got to click and the green light has to come on. If the green light doesn't come on, you're not secure.
I've tested the limit on some of those things.
Buddy.
I've pulled them down and they go click, 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 or whatever. And I'm like, and I was sitting there, I was like, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I don't even feel comfortable. Like, me and Junior got on a ride. We got on the Titan.
Okay.
And I swear to God, I thought I was going to slip right out of that damn seat. And I'm big. And the thing was, you know what it did? Came down like right here.
Yeah, the ones
I tried to get it further.
Those ones where you pull the bar,
and it
I'm out. I'm out on that. Because especially if I'm not the biggest person.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's been a couple of those.
We had individual ones.
But there's some of those where it's like the whole row, right?
Yeah.
And Melton's in the house. What's going on?
What's up, brother? How we doing?
Those fat ass peeps. Yeah. But like there's one, I think it's like the pirate ship one that goes back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's just one bar for the whole row.
Essentially.
And I've been on that where I'm not the biggest person, right? And while I'm not necessarily concerned about falling out of it, right? But I don't feel secure when I pull it down and there's still like a gap like this. And I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
They're working on gravity and stuff like that.
I get it.
But you get too high though, and you start
slipping.
Yeah.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. I
want to feel secure.
I got up to the top of that freaking thing. This is probably like 10 years ago. Company picnic. You ride whatever you want to ride. It doesn't matter.
No lines. You don't have to worry about nothing.
All the way to the top. It sounds like this MFer drag us all the way to the top.
It has to.
It goes up there and it goes. And it's about to turn, and it hesitated forever. I mean, forever.
It feels like it.
And I'm on one side, and he's on the other, and I go, and I look, and I can see straight down to the ground. And I was like, what stopped me from actually just kind of jumping out of this thing?
It's been fun.
And I slipped a little bit. I grabbed everything. I'm grabbing a hold of everything at that point. And I go, this is bullshit. But some of the other ones where you have to, pull it over. I've been sitting there before, and I feel like I'm on the higher end of it, and we're not extremely huge, but we're big. But you pull that damn thing down, you're like, I don't know about this one, man.
I've reached like the point in time in my life where it's like,
is it Superman? Superman. I thought it was
the one that
goes.
Right see that I'm out on, because like, what if it's going down and a bird just flies by?
Yeah,
I lost my leg.
You're not losing your leg.
You're losing a dude.
Over a bird.
You're not going down slow.
I know.
It's not like
you're gonna kill the bird. You're worried about a damn bird taking your leg off. You're gonna kill the bird.
My leg is your leg will be jacked up.
Have you seen these trunks I walk around?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
a bird will jack your leg up.
Fuck that. That bird will. That's the worst. It's just committing suicide.
You overestimate the sturdiness of your body, sir.
Not my legs.
You are very. Your body is very fragile when you're moving at a rapid pace. Okay.
Well, yeah, I just, those people that are like, this needs to be this, and then you see them get on planes, and like that one giant ass woman that's like the lift guy shows up in a Nissan Versa, and he's like, no, you're not getting
that's not happening.
Thing. Yeah, it's not. That's a discrimination. Call it whatever you want. You're not buckling my suspension. I'm not dragging your ass. You know what I mean?
Not happening. Yeah.
Just. I mean, let them go cover that.
It's just not. It's where you just keep driving.
They had to bring a fucking couch over for her to sit in. They brought a chair over. Like, oh yeah, we're here. She said she gave it a little. I was like, that thing's going. Like, it's going to be timber here in a second, just kindling. And they like, oh, they brought a couch, a love seat over for her to sit. I'm like, yeah,
and it was like a chair.
Your defense is now it's been a
null and void.
Yeah, if you can't sit on a goddamn chair, you're not getting in the back of a Nissan Sentra. Yeah. Just pay for the extra. Just get the luxury one.
Why not get an Uber X or whatever it is?
Have you seen the clips that say the forklift now? Like, I love that bit too. It shows the forklift coming down the street. It's so great. We live in the dumbest fucking time ever.
You've got to be realistic about.
Well, they're not realistic.
Yeah, but that's where you need to be. Come on.
They want a lawsuit, right? I mean, this person only obviously wanted a lawsuit. they wanted something to bitch about or something to do this. I'm like, I wouldn't have put her in the back of the truck. Like Jacob's got F-250, and I would have been questionable with that. Like, I don't know about that, man. We're just gonna we're gonna pass on this one.
I'm just gonna keep driving. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna see, like, because when you're driving, you're pulling up right where the person is, so you can see them, and you go, huh, yeah, nope, and then you just cancel it.
Yeah, just cancel it. Just do it. Just eat the 1 star. And move on your life.
This is on the Lyft driver. Because he stopped, he's like, "Oh no, you're not getting in my car."
Yeah.
That's just, "Oh, sorry, I've had a family emergency. I got to go. Sorry."
Yeah.
And then
Just make some shit up.
Then you just go.
Yeah.
You just go.
We had an Uber yesterday. I was like, all right, well, cool. You know, it was like 3 kind of bigger fellas. You know what I mean? But luckily, it was a Ford. What the hell is it called? Ford Edge. So
okay,
it was rather roomy. I mean, you take
an Edge.
You take a chance on was it Uber X? But then again, if I'm gigantic, I'm not ordering that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the time that, you know, I went to Vegas with Cuddles. Right. And so he ordered, he goes, I got the Uber, don't worry, man, you know, whatever. So we're crammed into like a Nissan Sentra. There's like 4 of us. And, you know, he's like 6 something.
He's a big guy.
He's big. The rest of us are like,
he's tall.
You
know, he's real tall. He's 6 something.
And so we get in there. I'm like, this ain't ever happen again. So the next time I was like, I ordered like Uber luxury. I had like a Suburban pick us up.
What's up, old school 2.0 in the house? How's it going, brother?
Dude, I've been thinking about you. I was like, oh my God, I hope he's all right, because I haven't seen you on Discord or anything like that. So I hope all is well. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, so it's like, I was like, oh, I'm going to fix this shit. And so I ordered.
You fixed the glitch.
I did like either the XL or luxury or something like that. They pull up. We're just kind of hanging out now at this point. And every time he's like, got it next time, every time after that, he's like, yeah, luxury. I was like, yeah.
You just had to let him know, like, hey, look, here's how we could be living.
Yeah.
As opposed to
not trying to jam into one of those and just kind of hate.
Don't want to be that guy.
But yeah, so yeah, those are my my high. What did you have for your high calorie human story of the week?
The rides fight.
Oh, the
fat
ride
shaming.
Yeah. That guy's such a slap dick too. Like he's just sitting like, oh, it's just
this ride's fat shaming me. It's an inanimate object. It's not doing anything,
dude.
The ride can't do anything. It's just made.
Quit blaming everybody else for your fucking problems,
right?
I mean, come on now. Like you chose to do that.
It's like, oh, this tree, it's short shaming me. It's height shaming me because I can't reach the fruit on top of it. Yeah. No, it's a fucking tree.
You see those? There was someone that was doing a.
Oh, he's been having internet issues.
Oh, okay. Well, hope everything's going okay. But I popped into Discord and said, good morning or whatever that last week a couple times just to kind of check in on everybody. This week's been a little bit different. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But yeah, no, with that, these people are like just. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, you do. Go on. This is a tree of trust here.
No, we're not doing tree of trust. I'm out of there.
All right. Well, now tune into the Patreon later. I don't know what it is, but I can't wait. You can get in for the Patreon for $3 a month. It sounds like this will be a pay Patreon type action.
Oh yeah, we're not giving this up.
Patreon.com/strikeoutbeer. You get content on the regular on there. If you're a part of it, you saw that I was going to be drinking this 311 beer tonight, as well as the Deftones beer that I'll be pulling out here in a little bit. When I picked those up earlier today, I went ahead and shared those. Like, hey, these are tonight's beers. I'm having these tonight.
Oops, something went wrong. Yeah. Oh, okay, no one cares.
Oh,
I guess it wouldn't let me post that, but I don't know if I did or I didn't. Don't really care.
Okay. I don't think it went to. I don't think it went to Facebook. There's a red X next to the Facebook logo.
Okay, sometimes it does that.
Yeah.
We're actually moving over right now to Restream. We had StreamYard for years, and they doubled their price. Right, they went from $420 to $844 annually. We used to spread that out amongst different shows. That was one of the cool things about streamers helping streamers and things like that. We had other podcasters and things like that who wanted to be a part of it. And so it reduced costs. And then it came down to like a couple of us. And then they jacked up their price. And we decided to go with EVMUX. And that was okay. One of our partners, Peasy, To Be Blunt with Peasy podcast.
Check him out. Thursdays.
He'll be live tomorrow. He had some technical issues and he was not having it. So he said, let's do Restream. I said, I'll do whatever you want to do. I'm in. And so here we are on Restream. Everything seems fine. I'm going to work on the customizations and things like that. But I think for us, we're pretty basic. He's kind of over the top. Tons of graphics, tons of videos.
He's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, he is kind of a big deal.
We are not.
So He's always, and when we met him and talked to him, we realized who we were dealing with. I was like, this guy is
Dango. Cheers from Marty in the house. What's up, Marty?
Hey, Marty. Cheers, buddy. So yeah, this week's been a long week. I was telling you about it.
So tell us about your week, buddy.
All right. So I said this 58 times on Sunday night.
Okay.
I said my boss
went out to outfit on Sunday, right?
So I've been sick. Obviously, you can still kind of hear it in my voice a little bit. I've been sick. Caught something in New Mexico. Brought it back. Just been kind of congested. That's kind of how it's been the last several days.
Probably probe from an alien.
Those aliens, man, they're real handsy. But yeah. So I get back. I'm like, all right, screw it. Do this. I've been resting. Lizzie's been letting me rest. Okay. It's been really nice.
That's nice of her.
And so Sunday came around. She goes, well, I thought we were gonna hit up brew. Like, I told you I was sick. I was like, but you know what? We probably need to get out of the house. Well, we had all the windows and everything open to kind of flush out the house. And then as the afternoon came by,
weather was gorgeous on Sunday.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
And so I was like, you know what? Let's go. Let's go to Outfit. Gotta go to Outfit. Outfit Brewing.
Sundays or Saturdays are last day.
Saturday they're doing, I think, $1 beer. $1 glass type thing, so you can get
I think it was $2. It was $2.
Yeah, it includes the glass.
But you get a glass.
So, I go, we'll go out there one day or a week before. I've been trying to get out there a couple times. Got me a couple mic checks because they are running low on canned beers.
Okay.
And so I had essentially everything on the menu. We were out there. They had an old 95 golden tea. They had shuffleboard. So we're hanging out. The bay doors are open. It's a gorgeous day.
It was.
Just hanging out, enjoying ourselves, right? And it was like, okay, well, we're out here. It's like, I'm tired. I've been sick. And I was like, well, let's go ahead and go. And of course, Lizzie never ready to go. Never. And on Sundays, I'm never ready to go to bed, never ready to go, and all that shit. I'm like, well, let's go to Three Nations. It's on the way home.
Right.
Hey, babe. It's on the way home. There's food there. We'll stop off. My son met us out at
Outfit.
At Outfit.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so he came back to Carrollton with us, and we go out there, get some fries and whatever, and then she texts my brother, hey, what are you doing? We're out here if you want to come out here. And I go, you did.
We all know how that's gonna go.
I go, you did what? And I was like, I love him to death.
Things get out of hand when you guys get together.
He's kind of going through it, and he's so we're sitting there. We have a couple. He gets some food. I make sure everybody's got some food in them.
Right.
And then, what do y'all want to do? I was like, man, it's only like 7 o'clock. I was like, this is half on me at this point. And so I'm like, what do you want to do? And he likes shooting pool.
Okay.
I was like, well, there's Main Event over in Louisville, down the street. I don't want to go to a pool hall, but I'll go to something like that. And of course, I've talked about Main Event before, like where there's kids and shit running around at 9:30 at night on like a Sunday.
Yeah. School.
So anyway,
yeah.
So we get out there.
Me crazy.
Do you pay property tax in Texas? My dad said, yeah, we pay property tax. We don't have income tax, but we have property tax. Yeah, we don't have state tax.
Yeah.
But we have property tax here.
Yeah.
Which depends on where you live. It's kind of high. It's kind of high where I live. Yeah. And so we go there. We're hanging out. We're shooting a couple games. We're playing cutthroat and this and that because there's 4 of us. We play 8-ball and hanging out. Lizzie orders a big old platter of food somehow. I don't know where it would have fit like 10, 12 people. Got chicken sliders, beer, burger sliders, all kinds of shit. And then 8, and all of a sudden, shots show up. And I'm like, I'm out on that shit. And so I smelled it. I go, why did you get you got 4 shots of Jameson? I can smell it. It's burning the glass. It's just sitting there. And it ain't chilled, nothing like that. It's hot. I'm like, God almighty, we've been hanging out too long. And I go, I'm not taking this. And I slid it back to the middle of the table or whatever. I was like, I ain't doing it. I was like, I'm having some beers. And the bartender was slow as shit. I mean, it was just kind of like a, slap dick ass thing just going on. It was just kind of whatever. You won't believe this. Lizzie had another baby in her damn arms. There's some dude that shows up with like 8 other dudes. It's like his night to watch his baby. And all of a sudden I turn around and she's got this 6-month-old in her fucking arms. I'm like, what is going on? I go, where'd you get that baby from? And she's like, oh, it's his.
I don't know, over there.
I go, hey, come get this kid. She's drunk, And so, and I'm like, and she's just like, a baby. She just wants to hold babies and shit like that. It was a cute kid, whatever. But I was like, just keep the kid away from her, whatever. She might take off with it. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't have room in my house for a baby right now.
I'm full. Another baby. It's not happening. So, we go through that and we cash out. And I don't know whose idea it was. It might have been mine. I don't know what it was. Because I looked at my phone. It was like only 8 something, maybe 9. I'm like, well, I was like, well, I got to meet my boss. My boss is coming to town, and I don't know. I don't know what's, whatever. He wants to go strip club. I was like, oh, goddamn, strip club. And Liz's like, I want to go. And Austin's like, I'll go. I'm like, so yeah, I went with my wife and my son and my brother. It's the most hillbilly ass backwoods thing you ever seen. I don't know what that is. Blank.
So it takes a second to pop up.
Okay.
Crying and laughing.
Oh
emoji.
my God. And so we roll out to Bucks Wild in Dallas.
Not Bucks Wild.
Yeah.
Bucks Wild. Okay. For those of you who don't live in the DFW area, Bucks Wild is the place that had the commercial on the radio that they said to come to Bucks Wild to meet your next girlfriend, wife, or baby mama.
Oh. That's the same. That's the same one. We went to the Dallas one.
Dave still left drunk. He did.
And oh my God. So we show up and they tell us that it's BYOB there. We didn't stop at the gas station. We just rolled in. So what's my brother do? He boop, boop, boop. Uber delivers, whatever, a case of the Miller.
Yeah.
It's not showing up cold. It shows up hot. He's like, and he's being drugged back to, he goes, Brandon, here, handle. And so I have to go outside, tip the guy, get the thing, walk back inside, whatever. And they're like, oh, you got some beers? They want some ice? Yeah, I want like 2. Give me a lot of ice. We got to cool this. We got to cool this off.
This is rodeo cool right now.
Yeah. Which I drink a couple.
Hey, we've all been there.
It's Texas.
We've all been there.
And so, cool place. Looks like they were shooting a rap video across from us. He had a couple dudes with just bricks of money. I'm talking stacks like this. And they act like they're talking into it and shit. Like I'm like, that's 99, early 2000s. I don't know why you're trying to play that shit, whatever. But they just letting it rip.
Old school. That's what I'm drinking tonight. It's from the band. It's from
Peanut, right?
DrinkSip, but Peanut from 311 collabed on this beer. It's a non-alcoholic 311 Stealing Hoppy Hours Hazy IPA. NA. That's what I'm drinking tonight. Mm-hmm. I've got this one, and then after I drink this one, I have a Deftones one that I'll be drinking.
Yeah. So we hang out there for a little bit. We have a couple drinks, enjoy ourselves, enjoying the scenery. Of course, my brother just throws a wad like this on the table and goes, "Have fun." I go, "I'm not getting out of my chair.
I'm not."
And so I'm just sitting there,
crumpling up ones and just tossing them.
I'm just sitting. No, I didn't pull the rhino. That's what Ryan does. So I just sat there.
I've seen you do it before. So
sit there and I was like, all right, just having a beer. Had a beer in my hand, whatever. Lizzie's having fun. Austin's having a blast. He lost his phone. They go back and had to go back to. He got knocked out of his pants. They go and find it because I was like, well, Lizzie's got you tracked, man. She knows exactly where your phone is, and she goes, it's right back there or whatever. So they go and find it. They're going back and forth. It's just like lap dance of lap dance. It's just crazy. I don't get out of my goddamn chair. I just sit there.
As you don't. You normally don't.
I plop down. I got to keep an eye on everybody. That's kind of my job when we go to these places. I want to make sure, like when I go with Hav and stuff like that, I've always been like the guy. I'm like, I got to keep an eye on
if Hav's there, you got to be careful because Hav's walking around telling everyone's like, you want a son? I'll put a son in you.
He puts the money in his mouth and then lays back on the stage like that. And so we didn't get run out of there. We just kind of we're like, okay, we're kind of done here.
Okay.
We've seen everything to see. And they were actually, it was nice. Lots of staff, lots of girls and stuff like that. So lots of talent. And then we decided all right, man. Well, I got to go it's getting late. I got to meet my boss tomorrow. It's the first time I'm going to meet him in person.
Pilfa was left to the VIP room.
He's flying into town from Boston. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, I got to go. So we end up going no, we're going to Chicas Locas next. So it's kind of down the street. It's attached to? It's attached to Cabaret Royale. We used to go where the palm trees go. You go get lunch and stuff like that. Yeah. And so we pop in there.
Free buffet with a drink.
I've never been there. It's BYOB again.
Obviously.
And I didn't have I had cash on me or something. They're like, I need $8 for the whatever. I go, I ain't got $8. I got 101s and a bunch of 20s and everything else. I do what you're not supposed to do. I handed her a card. I go, here, charge me $8 for freaking ice. I had to make sure they didn't keep running it up. I like check it every day too. So they bring the ice over. We're kind of center. We got the main stage. We got a cage. We got another cage. They're all over us,
They're all over
us. And I'm just like stiff arming them. I'm just like,
literally and figuratively.
Yeah. And so we're having some drinks, and it's just still kind of, and I'm looking at the clock, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? It's Monday morning at this point. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And so I look at Austin, and I look at Justin. I go, listen, I love you. I got to go. And I've already, and of course we've already dispersed enough money to feed a third world country anyways.
Right.
Lizzie, Justin, and Austin. I was like, you guys just need to be careful. And look, Austin stopped drinking. He's on the water at this point, just kind of hanging out. And I was like, I gotta go. I gotta meet my boss in 3 hours, and I gotta get this glitter off of me. It's like, bro, I get home, and I go to bed, and I wake up I don't know, 8, and I'm like, I log in, I go, I don't even know what to do right now. I don't know what's going on. I was like, Jesus Christ. I guess I got to go to the office. I got to beat him to the office. Because I know he's flying in. I go, I got some time. So I try to wash the shame off of me and drive into the office. I'm like this the whole time. My eyes are gigantic, bloodshot. I'm like, what the hell did I do? Why? And I start cussing everybody. I'm just like, I hate you. I hate you. Oh man. It's the longest day ever. And then you know what happens when they come into town? You got to go to happy hour.
Yeah.
So we're hanging out. We got to go to happy hour. I'm like, Jesus. And that was what I was at. I was looking forward to that more than anything. Because those first 1 or 2 Miller Lights, it'll bust that edge right off of me.
Right. And all of a sudden you're feeling good again.
Yeah.
Life, everything's okay with life. Life is fine. You're doing better.
And I'm I'm a nervous wreck. Anxiety's through the roof, sweating. He go, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? And I'm sweating. All you could probably smell is just shame, Miller Lite,
and cocoa butter.
I still got glitter all over my face. You know what I mean? You get in there and bury one in there. They give you a little. Oh, dude. And it sucked all week. I was just sitting there. I was like, it takes forever to get over a hangover now. There's no reason for a man of my age to be out that late. Do anything like that.
There never is.
But thank God she was like, I was looking at her. I was like, I was just waiting for her to call it. Because I don't want to be the guy that's like, it's over.
Right.
And she's like, you ready to go? I go, I am ready to go.
I was ready 6 hours ago.
And so we end up, we're in one of those places that doesn't shut down until 6. Austin got home at 4.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing here?
What are we doing with our lives?
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's been a minute. But I've definitely been there before, right? I mean, me and you've done that before. Back when we had season tickets to the Rangers, we had those partial. We'd go to a game, and then after the game, and this was when games was 7 hours long.
Baseball was 4.5 hours long. If you see this, the Rangers and Sox playing or something else, it was a lot of step outs. Readjust my gloves. I love baseball now. Baseball now is streamlined. I love it.
So much better now. But yeah, speaking of, baseball's almost back. Spring training's going on. We've got games. Have you had a chance to catch any games yet?
Yeah, I watched the Rangers get blowout yesterday against the Royals, Kansas City Royals. I watched the Sox play yesterday afternoon in the Grapefruit League.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been watching. Scherzer pitch yesterday for the Jays. He looked okay. But yeah, no, I've just been trying to catch them here and there because it's free for most, I think.
Yeah.
If you log in or something like that, like MLB TV, or if your provider has MLB TV, you can catch a game.
And the best thing about spring training games is the mics. You got the hot mics everywhere, and there's not it's not as loud there. So I think there's a video of Verlander got into a game and someone took him deep and he drops the F-bomb. He's like, oh,
yeah,
and there's been a few of those that have come out. But have you? What are your thoughts on the ABS system?
I mean,
the challenging, and if you're unfamiliar with what the ABS system is, it's baseball's new way to challenge balls and strikes. They tested it in the minor leagues last year, and they're rolling through and they're testing it during spring training this year. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, they're not going to implement it to Major League at this point, but it's just a quick little. You put your hand up, or you tap your helmet,
right?
and it's within us. I mean, it's like a second. It's so
very
quick,
very
and
quick.
they announce it to the crowd or whatever. After Angel Hernandez and a couple other umps have kind of ruined the strike zone, I'm a fan of baseball without that, but then it got out of hand, right? Where I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go to the box and we'll have a box. I don't mind umpires having their own strike zone because once the pitchers learn it, they start testing it. To a point,
To a point.
But if you start calling strikes that are 2 balls off the plate or 2 balls inside, that's an issue, right? And that's been I think the most recent issue with baseball is the balls and strikes.
If it's close, as long as you're calling it the same both ways, that's fine.
And most teams will be fine with that.
And I think like something that I've seen a lot of here lately, and I don't know why, but like a lot of Greg Maddux stuff has been popping up lately.
Yeah, big time.
Ton.
Even his minor league stuff.
And it's him. It's a lot of it's him. There's even like you come to find out the last year and a half he played, he called his own pitches.
Yeah.
He was one, and he was signaling what's his name? Because he had his own personal catcher.
Oh God, what was his name? I can see his face. I can't think of it. But yeah, no, he actually was like, no, we're doing this, or we're doing this.
He would call it. He would he would get the ball, he would do something, and it would signal to him what he was throwing.
It was so slight too, because most people didn't pick up on it, and they had no idea.
No one picked up on it.
That's what's going on.
Nobody knew because they still went through the motions of he was calling pitches and all of that. Henson's in the house. AFL free agency starts on March 3rd. Running out of time for that meetup.
Oh yeah, probably not gonna happen. Sorry,
but
sorry.
And you've been hearing a lot about Maddux and just the genius behind him. Like really, like
real quick. Yeah. All right, we'll get back to Henson. Can you be in Dallas on Saturday? Because Alan and I are trying to go out to Outfit Brewing. It's our going away party, and if you can come to Dallas, that's where we're going to be this Saturday, right? You're going to try to be there?
I'm going to try. It just depends on what time the kid plays. So
1 to 5, I should be out there. It's not a late night party. It's a
they're done by 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
Okay, I won't be able to make it out there Saturday then.
Yeah, no, it's an early one. So if you're going to be out there, I could, or I could come to Fort Worth maybe on Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. But maybe I can meet you in Fort Worth. How about that? So we'll talk. Text me. We'll figure it out. So go ahead. Back to Maddux.
Yeah, I mean Maddux, and like he was even talking about. There was a game late in the season, and he was facing Jeff Bagwell, and he had told he's like, "Hey, I'm not gonna throw this pitch at all." And then they were up big. Game didn't matter, and Maxwell told the cat, he goes, "Look, this is what I'm throwing." He's like, "I thought you said it." So he threw it. Bagwell rocks a home run. He's talking to his catcher. He goes, "Yeah, but we're gonna see him in the playoffs, and he's gonna be looking for that pitch."
Oh yeah.
And can't do Saturday, but Sunday could work. There you go. And then sure enough, they met him in the playoffs, and he's like, he's gonna be looking, and he was looking for that pitch the whole time, and he never got it and struck out every at bat. Like, so yeah, that was random, but I wanted to drop in here as a reminder. I got to run, have a good show. Well, as good as you can talking baseball.
So Sunday, Sunday?
It depends on what time the kid plays still.
Okay. Yeah. I'll text you, man. I appreciate you popping in too, by the way. Yeah. Appreciate it. We'll figure it out something.
Yeah. We got first tournament of the weekend. First tournament of the year this weekend.
Okay.
So, and we'll be over. We're actually not that far from my house this weekend. So we'll see how, but yeah, there's just been a ton of stuff out there about Maddux here lately. And like, I don't know what's prompted it. It's just I just see a ton of it here lately, and just him talking about
it's a pitching
what he was doing, and just talking about. He's like, look, it doesn't matter how fast I could throw it. It never mattered how, but I could put the ball wherever I wanted to. All about location.
And he's one of those guys that took advantage of whatever the strike zone was. Right, he tested the limits, and then found out whatever the limits was, and then started just inching in and. Painting the corners and stuff like that. I mean, you've seen the commercial, right? Like, when Grab Max comes over your house to paint, like, all he does is hit the corners. Well, yeah, and I mean, that guy was a phenomenal pitcher. He was great. I mean, he was great for the Cubs. He was amazing for the Braves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just, the guys like that don't exist anymore, I don't think.
No, there's nobody
just
out there
precise, and you didn't need the power. You didn't need the power because he threw, Even his fastball, I think, was only 88 on average,
something like that.
But it touched corners. You didn't swing at it. You got rung up, and then he throw like I think a curveball or slider. Or the changeup was insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
he was just, in my opinion, the best ever pitch.
He could have been.
I mean, he had
could be.
He had a couple. There was one game I remember him pitching. I think it was like 84 game pitch, complete game.
Yeah.
Like never went above like 3. I think he had like 4 batters where he went above, where he hit like 3 pitches, like something absurd like that. Like it was just,
he was nuts,
insane.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. But yeah, looking forward to baseball. Cannot wait. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to go to opening day. We'll see. It's against the Sox. So I don't know if I'll go.
But you're not supporting the Sox anymore.
No, I'll go Rangers. I'm here for the Rangers. The Ranger Roundup will probably kick off here pretty soon.
Okay.
I haven't got around to it, but I'll be most likely in Ranger gear. I mean, maybe I'll bring out that Ortiz shirt. I don't know.
Okay.
But opening day is so bloated, like price wise. Parking's bloated. The tickets are overpriced. It's great to be there. It's a great experience. But I can see you on Saturday. Go on Saturday. It's a third of the price, and it's still baseball. I'll watch it.
It is still baseball.
I have found
opening day is just different.
I found all the day games or whatever because buddy was asking me about it. He was like,
"Hey, Wednesday day games here."
Yeah, and that's usually what it was. Wednesdays and Thursdays. It starts kind of in May, if I'm not mistaken. So you'll start getting day games in May. I'm like, I'm in. It's against like the A's or the Diamondbacks or whatever. Those are perfect games because the tickets will be cheap. Parking should be reasonable. I generally go to Boomer Jacks beforehand. Pregame a little bit, unless there's a couple tickets in certain sections where you get like free food and free booze. Okay. So then you buy those and then you just roll on. Roll on in. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's another season of baseball. We're looking forward to it. Yeah, Rangers should do good.
There we go. So you said Outfit's only open till 5 on Saturday?
I think so. Okay. Check their social media, Outfit Brewing. They posted something about it. I think they've already posted like several times.
Yeah,
but if I'm not mistaken, one of the beer tenders was like, "Yeah, we'll be here like either noon to 5 or 1 to 5 or something like that." It goes over until the kegs. But I'm like, it ain't making it. You know what I mean? Because people go to these closing parties. If they would have supported them like the entire time, they might not be closing. But them, they've got their standard beers, and that's what they'll have on tap. They have a Gene, a nice little hoppy IPA. They got a nice Kolsch. The mic check is only through cans.
Okay.
And they were doing 24 cans for $50.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and
that's not bad.
They're not shorties. They're tall boys.
Yeah.
So that's pretty decent price. I saw some people walk out with those. I grabbed me a 4-pack just to take it and get out of there. But yeah, I think it's a real quick one. It ain't late because they don't stay open late. They never do. That's one of their things. You go out there on a Friday or Saturday night, they're shut down by 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah. They've got their final comedy open mic comedy show on Friday from 7 to 9. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. March 1st closing party. Well, Meat Poppy will be there from 12 to 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't say. Let's see here.
I wonder if they'll make it till 5. Like when it kicks open, it opens up at 12.
They're running until it runs out.
Yeah.
So just depends on what time they run out of beer, it looks like.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to have. I don't think there's a lot.
They got a DJ there till 4. And then Meat Poppy will be there from 12 to 5.
There you go.
So
yeah, we'll pop out there for a little bit and just, say goodbye. And, I love it's a cool place. It's a weird location. I think we're going to Uber out there just because of the parking situation.
Yeah.
Their parking area. So the guy that owns the insurance owns the whole building, right? And he's like, you guys can, I think it was like it's someone's dad or something like that. And it's like, you guys want to do this little project or something like that, as long as you guys stay sustainable, stay here, whatever. And then whatever, shit happens. And now they're like, all right, well, but yeah, so there's like parking really for like 9 cars. Like you have a motorcycle, you can roll right up there.
Something where they've got like 3 different little building areas.
They have auxiliary parking.
Yeah, they've got some other parking right there that you can,
not a blocker away or anything like that, but it's like it's another parking area. And it's a weird part of town too. So I was like,
it is. It's
so Chris Hayes in the house.
What's going on?
What's up?
They just had the Texoma.
Did you go out there?
I did not. Weekends are just
murder for you.
Yeah, weekends are crazy.
I saw like good reviews of it or whatever. And I know we talked about like we were talking about, we'll go out there and do one of these years. But yeah, I just couldn't do it this weekend. I was like, man, just buried. But it looked good. You know, I was like, hey, shit, look at that. You know, it's good to see. I swear to God, they took a picture with somebody and he had like a USA flag gi on. I go, shit, you got a picture of Rex Kwando? I didn't want to put it because I didn't want the guy to come over here and beat my ass or anything like that. But yeah. He had long hair and shit. Like, you know, he had kind of a crazy ass mullet or something like that. I was like, who the fuck is that guy? Like,
all right. There we go. But yeah, they gave away a copy of ASM1.
Ooh,
out there. They had a raffle that you could enter in. Yeah. And they end up giving that away on Sunday out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cool. You know, I like they have Cowtown here in Fort Worth, and then they got Texoma up in Durant. Chaz Taylor. It's such, you know what? Yeah, he's just living. He's just trying. He's trying too hard.
He's a professional wrestler. There we go.
You think?
Yeah, because they've had the wrestling out because they had the wrestling out there at Cowtown this last year.
Oh yeah,
they had the ring out there because I made it out to Cowtown, and they had the ring out there, and they had periodically through the day they had wrestling matches out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I need to purge some of my obviously 3D prints, but also like my pops and things like that. I still need to get rid of like probably 200 of those.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I just like I
Tugboat Taylor's son.
No shit. That's funny.
There we go.
Oh God. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I had fun, you know, going to those things. I like going to Comic-Cons and whatnot. And you know, I'm glad that that one's successful and whatnot. You know, just keep it coming. It's up there in Durant, man. It's at the convention center, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
It's right next to the casino. And that's a resort. I mean, that's a Vegas style resort. Yeah. So you go up there and chill and go to the convention center, hang out. Then you pop back in the casino, have a couple of drinks. Maybe, you know, if it was
maybe hit it big and then go blow it on some comp.
Yeah, there you go. You know, and if it's during the summer, and obviously this is in February when they do it, but I mean, summertime, that pool's gonna be open, man. I'm gonna be chilling. Give me a cabana and a couple drinks. I'm gonna be chilling. Cold chilling.
There we go. Did you see what Nike did?
No. What do now?
They're poking the bear that is Angel Reese.
Oh jeez. Oh yeah. The billboard.
They put a Caitlin Clark billboard right there in the heart of Chicago, right outside of where the Chicago Sky play. Well, and of course, Caitlin Clark and all of her little cronies are all the disrespects. Blah blah.
Oh, the Angel Reese cronies. Yeah. Dude, listen, they're just getting people to come to the stadium. There's a reason that it damn near sells out or triples attendance or quadruples attendance. Oh, give me the 2? Yeah. All right, I appreciate that. And
they rented a cabana last year at the adult pool. Loved it.
Look at this shit. How's it coming up if I'm pouring it straight down? I don't
understand what you're doing over there. But here's what they're doing. They're like, hey, we need people to talk about Nike a little bit. Hey, I know what we do.
You know who the mouthiest bitch in the league is? Exactly. Got it.
Got him.
Why? All right, so it's open.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, this is a little bit different.
Maybe you go. Maybe you didn't open the other one all the way.
I'm telling you, Chris, that thing is legit. I like going to Choctaw. We had a room with a terrace the past couple times.
Yeah.
And so you had seating for 8 people with a couch. I think it even had like a little fire table out there, if I'm not mistaken. And so we partied all night, kind of, you know, just kind of gambled and drank and had fun. It was on a Sunday, so we're watching football, you know, all that kind of shit.
Just living life.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have I was like, you going to bed? And she's like, I'm gonna hang out here with you. I go, I'm gonna have a cigar, put the music on. I kicked back, she laid down. I was out there looking at the stars and, you know, cars going by on the highway. It's close to the highway, but not too much where it's like annoying.
Right.
And shit fire, boy, that was all right.
Well, whiskey's in the house. What's up, D-bags? Remember, some deaf people suffer from carpal tunnel because of too much dirty talk.
Yeah. This guy's got one move. He's got one move.
Just keeps doing the dice, man. He's got one move.
It's got one move, man. I did like it. He brought up Was it Aaron?
Aaron?
Yeah.
I saw another story after I got here that Rodgers has said that, if the Rams move on from Aaron Rodgers, he would prefer to go there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
The Rams don't want you, buddy.
Well, they move on from Stafford.
Yeah, that's right. But the Rams have already come out and said, if we move on from Stafford, we're good with Jimmy G. We're okay.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have to figure out something. I mean, that's one of the things we kind of talked about, right? There's an incredible need for quarterbacks in the NFL right now, right? So he can actually be crazy and he'll get a job, right? New York needs one, Vegas needs one.
Well, I think New York will draft theirs.
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of these guys I think are going to draft. Even here in Dallas, they're going to draft a QB.
Yeah, well, they've talked about it, but they're not drafting the QB early.
Not early.
They're going to draft a QB late.
They expect a fourth or fifth rounder to pay off.
But actually, they don't have a fourth rounder. Funny story. They don't have a fourth rounder because they traded that away for Trey Lance.
Why? Like that whole thing is like, why do they do it? And then have no intentions of playing him. And then God, what a shit show. What a shit show. Dallas altogether, I think right now, with the exception of the Stars, is a colossal shit show.
What about the Rangers?
Rangers are fine. Yeah, okay.
I mean,
I'll give it that.
They just won the World Series.
Let's just say that then. The Cowboys and the Mavs
are
just mismanaged top to bottom.
The crazy thing is the Mavs had always been just kind of a steady hand.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
With under
Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
Yep.
Right. But ever since Cuban went ahead and, he's still a minority owner, but he sold the majority stake, and it's just been.
Oh, they're going to town. Like, and now that like she wants to tank it like it's major league. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're going to move this team to Vegas, No, there's already.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
they're not going to.
They're going to move the Mavs.
Here's the thing. People are still supporting the team.
They're too big of a market.
Right. It's a big market.
Move some other team out there.
I know Cuban's only a minority owner, but he ain't going to let that happen.
I'll tell you this.
He's connected with enough people in the NBA and with enough owners, because the owners have to vote to support that move. Yeah. You just can't say we're going to move. It's got to be voted on by the league. And Cuban's not letting that happen. Yeah. And the league's not letting that happen.
I got your move right here, baby. I can feel his hands sliding up my leg. Yeah. Like, there obviously will be an NBA team within the next 5 years in Vegas. There has to be. Yeah. I mean, the WNBA team is crushing it out there. Obviously, the Raiders are, they're not great on paper in the playoffs or whatever, but they crush it on the sheet, right? Right. They're always in the black. They're doing great. And even like the Vegas Golden Knights, killing it. And I think the A's they're going to benefit from that as well. And then you're going to see there's got to be an NBA team. You have to put an NBA team. It's going to
happen. It's going to.
You put one in Vegas, it's going to be it. Now, I don't know about television, but I can tell you about attendance.
Oh yeah.
It'll be sellouts every freaking night. I mean, I went to the WNBA game and shit was packed, not the butt.
Locally, the TV will do great because you're in Vegas. Marv Dingo's in the house. Oh. What is going on, Marv?
I was just thinking about you the other day. I was thinking about you the other day.
I got to pour another one so I could cheers to our boy Marv.
There you go. Oh, is that the Deftone one?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it doesn't pour right. Something wrong with these beers. Something wrong with them. Marv, how are we doing, man? God dog.
I hope we're doing good, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you put a team in Vegas, they're going to succeed. The only thing that's hurting Vegas right now is like the gambling. The casinos have kind of changed the games up. That's the biggest complaint, right? Back when we used to play roulette, right? It was 1-0, right? Then they added the double, and now there's 0-0. Blackjack 6-5. And so they try to change the odds, right? And they've kind of screwed around a little bit. And so that's what everyone's complaining about in Vegas. The clubs are expensive. Everything's expensive. Drinks are expensive. It's like, dude, go to Red Dot. Red Dot, it's 2 for $7 or 2 for $5, whatever it is.
Take a backpack with you, get yourself 4 or, however many,
pop in the Target, get you a 12-pack.
When it's me and you, we grab 4 at a time. Yeah. And, Marv, cheers, brother.
Yeah, cheers. Dude.
Good seeing you. Good lads. Fine. I'm fine working on a farm as of Monday out of the city. There we go.
Nice. Real nice. That's hard. That's hard work there. Hard labor.
I got a buddy that just got back from Vegas.
Yeah.
And crushed it on the easy craps.
Easy craps. No crap or no craps and stuff like that. And bubble craps.
Just the easy craps machine, and just crushed it.
So they say, if you've seen the video, they bet on every single number, and every time they get it, they hit whatever, they bump it up even more, and it's like $1,000. I'm like, if you put in like $1,000, you can make $1,000, $2,000 in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way this is real,
dude.
And it's real.
It's real. He was like, dude, finished up 500 the first night. Next night finished up 700. He's like, I left with like 1,800.
And it's just,
I was like, oh, buddy,
and just keep pressing it and stuff like that. So, but that's like the only game that, like, all the other table games are all kind of janky, and and just they've outpriced everybody. I understand they went through COVID. Hey, I got it. I went there during COVID. It sure as shit wasn't any discounts, I'll tell you that.
No.
And even the last time we were in Vegas, we go and buy a beer. It was like $15 for a beer from their sundries.
Yeah.
The little, if it's in like now the Encore and the Winter are a little bit more expensive. Right. I got it, but like we're in MGM properties. 2 beers and a shot is usually $15, $18. I've seen it go up now. It's like 19, I think. I'm like, well, those are 4 beers and a shot for.
And they're tall boys too, right?
Well, they're doubles.
Yeah,
I mean, they're 24 ounces,
the big
right?
ones, yeah.
So you're sitting there, you have 4 drinks and a shot for $20. I think that's a win.
Yeah. Marv said, if I went to Vegas, I'll be divorced. Legit, them poker tables. Yeah. Slap's coming to Vegas here soon.
April. He's going to be in there for the wrestling.
WrestleMania,
yep,
right?
WrestleMania will be there. Got to avoid that. Yeah, I can't go to Vegas this year. I usually take Lizzie out there for her birthday. She mentioned this year that she wants to do, well, she said she wanted to go to South Dakota. Go, what's out there? The end of the mountain where the faces of the presidents. Mount Rushmore. She wanted to do that. She pulled an e-brake. Now she wants to go to New Orleans.
Okay.
And I'm like, I just make up your freaking mind, woman. So we can go. I just want to get it over with.
Just gotta go.
We gotta fly either way. I can't drive to either one. I'm not gonna drive to either one. And so we'll fly in. One we have to rent a car. The other one we don't. Like, so it kind of saved money there. And well, whatever. I've never been to either one. But there's a lot of breweries in North Dakota that I want, or South Dakota I want to go to.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Whiskey. Last time I went to Vegas, there was 2 speedballs, 4 cop cars, and 2 really bloody knuckles.
Fakest story I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Mad WrestleMania fan Slaps. Yeah, he is. He's a huge wrestling fan.
So he's super excited. Yeah, I was like, well, maybe we'll head out there. I just found out, one of my brothers going back home this weekend. He goes, you want to go? I was like, last minute, dude. Like, no, I got shit to do. I got to go to Outfit and go say goodbye to them. And then he's like, well, we're going to Vegas in March. I go, who's we? He goes, well, me. I'm going to Vegas in March. I'm like, and Liz's like, yeah, we're going to March. I'm like, who told you that? I go, the only reason I'm going to Vegas, if I do go, it's going to be for March Madness.
Right.
And I go, so if we can pick that weekend, or that we'll take a long weekend out there, I'm in.
Right.
But I need some notice. And it's March is this weekend, dude.
Yeah, right. March is Saturday.
Yeah. And because, we don't have to pay for rooms, but we got to pay to get out there. And usually we use points on Southwest.
Right.
But it's like, I just need a little bit of notice so I can book those damn things and we'll go. I was like, but I don't know if I'll go for 4 days, maybe 2 or 3. Right. You know what I mean? I gotta shorten it up. But I was like, I'll go out there with you, but you gotta chill out, buddy.
You gotta
chill out. Bring it on down now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's crazy. March Madness is right there. What do y'all think about the Luka trade to the Lakers? Oh, buddy,
it's terrible. Worst trade ever. Worst trade in America.
Man.
Well, TJ sent us a big old veiny thing.
Probably.
I like my sweet tea like I like my country, strong and full of ice. There's your one move. That's what he said.
Okay.
I'm quoting here.
Okay.
Quoting. Jesus.
Yeah, the Luka trade was crazy. We've been talking about it. You said the Luka, the Lakers and the Mavs played last night. We talked about it a little bit. We did a review on Still the Team from Celestial. You knew the Lakers were winning that game. Luka was going to make sure they did. He drops a triple. Worse for the Mavs. Oh yeah, huge for the awful move for the Mavs. You traded Luka, a generational talent, for a guy whose nickname is Street Clothes. Right. I love Anthony Davis. I think Anthony Davis is a great player, but the guy can't stay healthy. he's just at that point in time in his career where he just can't. I mean, he's always kind of had some issues, but I think more so now than it was earlier in his career. Again, his nickname is Street Clothes. So when he's playing, yeah, it's a great move, right? Great move for kind of now with the way that team is set up to have that nice defensive presence, you know, at the center spot, protecting the rim and all that. But he didn't even make it through one game, and he was done. So I think Max Christie is a good player. I think the Mavs they're really going to like him, but you don't have Luka. And the crazy thing is he just took you to the finals last year. So say what you want to about his conditioning and all that, but when it counted, he's good. So yeah, horrible trade for the Mavs. We even talked a little bit about how the Mavs have now come out and said that they're not allowing the Luka jerseys at the games now. So if you have a Luka jersey, you can't wear it. Yeah. I mean, if you're a Lakers fan, but at the same time, you get Luka, right? And I don't think the Luka move was a move for this year for the Lakers because they don't have a center, they don't have a big man. But I think that's a big move for the Lakers going forward. Now you're building that team around Luka. You've got LeBron for another maybe year or two, you know.
Keep playing. He's going to play till the wheels fall off.
Keep playing, but they're going to start building that team around Luka. And I think going forward, if you're a Lakers fan, you have a ton to be excited about with having Luka there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah, no, you know, Dallas lost in this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
I mean, they traded him because it was the last part of the previous regime.
I like Austin Reeves. I think Austin Reeves is a hell of a player. He's a good player. But yeah, look for them to add a big man this offseason, which will just help solidify that team even more. And you could see a couple players going over for a little bit cheaper because they get to not only play with Luka but play with LeBron. Yeah. I look for the Lakers to compete for a championship next year. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. They will win a championship before the Mavs do.
Ooh. Hot sports opinions,
it's
folks.
It's not really that hot. That's just kind of.
Welcome to the show. Dang.
Am I wrong?
Shocking.
Am I wrong? It's not shocking.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what next year brings, right?
Yeah. Because they'll make some moves.
I don't think either one of them are winning a championship this year. I think it's the Celtics this year. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
I got this pain in my friggin' eye. It's like killing me. Jesus.
You all right, buddy?
No, not really.
We got to take your eye out?
No, I don't want to take it out.
I've been going through Deadwood.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'm like halfway through the last season. And you just had that fight between the two guys out there on the street where he pops the dude's eyeball out.
Yeah.
Dude, that was, buddy.
Graphic. You were like, this is lame. This season sucks. When are we getting some action? You got some action, did you?
Yeah. Well, it's not just this season. It's just kind of there's a ton of talking in the show.
Yeah.
A ton. And I just want a little bit more action. This is Wild West.
See sucker left and right, man. That's their favorite word back then.
That's all Woo knows.
Yeah. I was gonna tell you. I was typing it up. I was like, my favorite. Anytime Woo comes to talk to like swearing
sea sucker in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Constantly. Yeah.
I love it.
Man, they're calling it to be this season. Lakers are a contender for my champions. My money are on the Celtics too. I mean, the Lakers can compete. They've got. I mean, you got Luka, you got LeBron.
Luka carried the Mavs to the finals last year all by himself. I mean,
he's like Kyrie there.
Yeah, but he pretty much loaded everybody on his back and said, "Let's go,
let's go."
Yeah, absolutely. So could it happen this year? Maybe. If it's like the NFL,
dude,
it's like
if it does,
making it work.
If it does, oh, buddy.
Is Austin here? Jesus.
He wanted to know when the show was over.
I know, right?
He's ready to party.
What time exactly are you guys going to be done?
What time are you guys done? No, we do about an hour and a half. Okay, cool.
The ladies are on the wine.
Hour and 5 minutes later, he's here.
He showed up on his bike earlier. I go, what are you doing here? He goes, I'm here to get my beef jerky. I go, beef jerky? A little bag of beef jerky. You just want to ride your bike over here. Shut up. Whatever. I said to my dad, too. I was like, hey, Austin's new ride. He goes, where's yours? I'm like, I said I had a patio poured out back. That's where my bike is. Hey, they didn't even respond. He goes, I think he wrote me off. It's like,
so I did need to check in on you and see how you're doing. You kind of seem high spirits, but Michelle Tretchenberg passed away at the age of 39.
I saw that. I didn't know who it was, and then all of a sudden I started seeing pictures or whatever. I go, oh yeah,
it's a sister from Eurotrip.
Yeah.
She was also in like Buffy and Gossip Girl or something. I just know her from Eurotrip.
Yeah. R.I.P.
You know, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You holding up?
Yeah, sure. I never saw Eurotrip.
Huh?
I never saw Eurotrip.
You haven't seen Eurotrip?
Like bits and pieces. Shut up, Tilly.
You got to watch Eurotrip.
Mitten, shut up. Yeah, no, I've seen like bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, you should watch that. It's a good movie.
Tilly the Terror. What'd you pick up? What's in the black bag, Austin?
It's in the bag. Is it poop?
What's in the bag, man?
Is it poop?
Yeah.
It's poop again, isn't it?
It's poop.
It's poop again. Don't step on the bag. You know it's going to be poop.
Oh, I didn't eat your damn beef jerky. Yeah. He come back and it was like, I remember seeing it like the last fight. I go, this shit ain't gonna make it. I was like, what's he got it here for? They ain't gonna make it.
Ain't gonna
I was like, I stayed away from like specifically. I was like, yeah, I'm not eating that shit. I was like, yeah, he'd come back looking for it. I'm like, and it's like, it's not the big one, like the 10 ounce or 12 ounce or whatever. It's like,
just a little bag,
3.5 or whatever. It's like, he brought it over and left. I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, just kind of, I left it. I mean, I showed up late like every night this week, just kind of between, we had the happy hour, then we had dinner at Bob's.
Okay.
And then today, I did show up early today, though. I got, we left for lunch. Took the guy to the Elm Fork Range.
Okay. Which
was surrounded by, even my other boss come and go, hey, did you go to Baby Dolls? I go, no, I ain't go to goddamn Baby Dolls. He goes, you're at home? I go, yeah. I go, my dryer's out again. The damn, power went out at 5. I go, I got problems, man. I was like,
Like, I wish.
And he wanted, well, I was sitting there talking about it, like, because, after shooting, so we had, he brought probably like 10 revolvers.
Okay.
A couple other pistols and things like that. I brought a couple of my pistols. So we're out there shooting. It's kind of unnerving, right? In my hand, like you see how red my freaking hand is.
Yeah.
And so it gets the nerves up, whatever, you're nervous.
Right. Get the blood flowing.
Yeah. And so I was like,
makes you feel like a man.
Nothing would be better right now than a cold beer. And I looked at my boss, like, you want to go get a beer, whatever. And he had to catch a flight at like 3:30. And, he's TSA guy, right? So just like Lizzie and myself, right? You can get to the airport about 30 minutes before your plane boards and you'll be just fine. It's don't take your shoes off. You don't have to take your jacket off, throw your bag in there and just let it run through and they look at you, scan you or whatever. And so it's super easy. And it's worth I think mine was like $60 or something like that for like 4 years. And so, yeah, no, we were done. I was like, all right, well, it was good seeing you. Thanks so much for everything. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Whatever. He was in for Boston, and so, I was like, all right, I'm going home. So my previous boss, I still call my boss. My boss took my other boss to the airport, hit me up like, hey, we going? What are we doing? I'm like, I'm already at the house. I went home. I got problems here. Like I said. The heat was out last week. The dryer was out 2 weeks ago. It's out again. I was like, I just came to the house, and he was like, I was just saying, if you're out there at Baby Dolls, I'm like, no, because we're out there off of Luna and like Northwest Highway.
Okay,
so you're surrounded by the lodge and everything else. And I don't think I'll ever go back to the lodge. We went on a random. Listen, I'm not saying random. It was Labor Day weekend, Labor Day Monday after a round of golf.
I mean, that and there was all the boxes right there.
And there was like 4 people in there. 2 of them were actually peelers.
If you would have said, hey, it's Labor Day weekend, I just went and played golf, where am I at now? I would have said the lodge.
And there was nothing going on. I was like, I'll never go back now. Like, there's no point. Like, if they didn't have anybody there then, it's like, why would I ever go back again?
Until the doc calls you up and says, hey.
Well, I mean, but if he
says
it's good to go, then fine, I'm in.
Surf and turf, $10 surf and turf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even eat lobster. I'm sitting there eating lobster and shit.
All right.
You know what I mean? And prime rib Fridays or prime rib Thursday or Fridays.
Thursday.
But yeah, no, I was like, I'm not going back out there. But I was like, he wants to go. I know he wants to go. I was like, and so this week kind of reinvigorated our happy hours.
Okay.
Kind of go after work, because I get up at like 5:30 to get to work by like 6:15 or whatever, because I want to get out of there. I want to, I don't want to be stuck in traffic.
Right.
So it's like, if we can coordinate days where we're like, yeah, we'll go over there. And it's like, we don't like the bars we go to are they're close to downtown. So if we go at like 4, I'll stay there for 2 hours, let traffic kind of die down, and then I'll roll home, at 6. And so it really did. It brought back like the way it used to be.
Okay.
And so a lot of the stories were like with the new boss was about 85.
Oh, buddy.
And how debaucherous that place was. I was like, I almost drilled like 2 people down the stairs. They were porking in the hallway. And I come out of that thing hot. I go, I'm going downstairs, going to get me a
By the way, one of those people was in HR.
Yeah. And he goes,
worked in HR.
And he's like, what? I go, yeah, no, man. But I was like, someone stopped the door from open. I go, I'm going around. And I was like, and so I was like, half the floors weren't occupied. So people just kind of did what they wanted to do. And, and
that was,
it just kind of was.
It was also before the company went public. Yeah. We were a private company. So you could get away with a lot more back then. Right. It was a different place.
Yeah. But I missed the happy hours. I missed the hanging out and having fun after work, because you didn't like when we finally went downtown, I would catch the train or the bus or something. I would get there at 6:30 and I was out of there by 3 or 3:30. We didn't really hang around a lot for happy hour. But previously we did. We going to Ojos Locos, or we going to, whatever. And over there in Restaurant Row, they got, I had to pass by there today. They got Boomer Jacks, they got Ojos Locos, they have a Champs Bar or something like that, something else. And I'm like, man, I miss those days. Going to.
You said the Humperdinks over there?
Humperdinks. And I miss going to. The only thing I didn't like about there, I had to drink out of a damn schooner. You wanted a big beer, you had to drink out of a schooner. Yeah. And
I remember Ojos Locos be like, how many towers you got available right now? Exactly. We got 3. We'll take all 3. Yeah. We'll take all 3.
And so I was kind of telling him, and then, also if you didn't want to go over there, you can go to, what's the one next door that was attached to Silver City? What is that one? Is it Bombshells?
Bombshells.
So you got Bombshells. So if you go, essentially just a half a block away, you park over there at Bombshells, you're having fun, enjoying yourself. And they're like, yeah, it's attached to a strip club. It's attached to Silver City. So you're like,
Bombshells was not the strip club. Bombshells was the bar.
Yeah, Bombshells was the bar, which they were damn near, peeling already. It was a light. They were. We saw some talent in there, but we'd always try to bring down the property value. We'd roll in there. Like, what do you got on tap? Well, we got like $2 shots. We're like, well shots. I go, you got any plastic?
You got warm plastic bottles?
Warm plastic bottles of bourbon? And they're like, well, yeah, but you don't want that. I go, I want that.
We're going to take 4 shots.
Line them up. Let's go. You want me to chill? If you cool that thing off, I'm going to sock you in the mouth.
Don't you taint my liquor with ice.
So we had some Kentucky Deluxe.
Yeah. Oof.
But that's, but this week, like I said, we went to Bob's, had a good dinner. We went out to happy hour before then at another bar that was next door. And it kind of just like, it brought it back to like, this is the way it should be. It should be, you go to happy hour, maybe, not necessarily once a week or, whatever, but get out there, hang out with people, hang out in the bars, and, what is it? Get a little camaraderie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With your teammates and things like that.
We've been remote since COVID, so we actually got an outing coming up here pretty soon. Yeah.
Where y'all going?
I don't know. They threw out a few things.
Yeah.
And nothing's been
finalized. I got drug out to Lizzie's last one, and it was like someone suggested the Ginger Man in like Las Colinas.
Okay.
Tiny ass place.
Pizza, right? They do pizza and tons of beer?
Tons of beer. I didn't see any pizza.
Okay. Maybe the one in Fort Worth does pizza.
We go in there and there's like 20 of them. And like I walk in, I'm like, I don't know where the hell I walk right back out. I went and hung out outside, and I came in one more time. I looked around one more time, and then all of a sudden Lizzie's in like the corner. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to get back? Like, I walked out again. I almost called an Uber to go home. I was like, just let her go have fun with her people and whatever. But there's a handful in there that know me, and they're like, what's up with Brandon? They're like, what's up with Brandon. And so I sat down, and that's where I had a bunch of really good beers. beers from
they have a ton of it's like a flying saucer type thing.
Yeah,
right, where
exactly.
they have 50 beers on tap or something absurd like that.
And if it's not on tap, it's on bottle. So I had some South African beers. I had some Chinese beer, all over the map, all over the place, Brazilian beers and things like that. So it was cool. When they finally got me in my corner,
you were good.
Got me posted up and like, yeah, fine, I'm here. And so then I had some good beers, but all of them, they were just laughing and yucking it up and all that kind of shit. I'm like, that's what you need. I was like, that's what we're used to, and especially in our business, right? I mean, you remember when the reps used to come to town? It was a party. It was hey, we're going out, or whatever. And that's what I was telling my boss earlier. I was like, I used to have to go on the field every so often and go meet my dealers. And that was wild as shit. Because
we never met our dealers. But like when I work for another company that does the same thing, our rep, I actually worked Texas, and my Texas rep lived in the area. Yeah. And like every month he would take me out when he would get his bonus, and he'd take me out. There was a bar in our parking lot that we would literally, you'd get off work and you'd walk to the bar, and at least once a month. And then he always like, hey, I had a real good month this month. Here you go. Slip me a little something. Nice. And but yeah, those were wild times, because like then I lived across the street from where I worked because I didn't have a car at the time. So when I got the job there, I had just moved back to Fort Worth. I got the job there, and then I was crashing at a friend's place until I got a little bit of money saved up, and then moved into the apartments across the street from there. So I would walk to work, get off work, walk to the bar, close the bar down, walk to Whataburger that was across the street, and then have Whataburger, walk home, go to sleep, wake up, and repeat.
Oh, God.
It was like a 4 to 5 days a week. But this is mid-20s.
You're 20,
right?
Yeah, dude, in 20s, right? That shit doesn't even phase you.
I mean, we would show up to work some days, like, still drunk. It was just, but it was again, mid-20s, and it was a different.
With us, when we were in our 30s, like, early 30s, it was like, oh, God, what are we doing?
We would go into work out voluntarily on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And then be there sometimes we'd get there and be there for 30 minutes. Like, you want to go to IHOP?
Yes, I gotta get out of here because I'm just had too much. Yeah, I've had too much work. And
then we hit up IHOP, and then the bar would open up, and then we'd go to the bar. Yeah. But yeah,
and that's how it is. And I'm telling you, I miss it. And I even told him, I was like, this is gonna happen a little bit more often, I think, for us. Because he always asks, he wants me to stay because I show up at 6, he shows up at like 8:30, type thing. And so I was like, if we can pick a day of the week and, kind of, whatever, we do coordinate quite a bit. We even did during COVID, like when no one was going to the office, like come in once a month. I'm like, okay, I'll come in. And so we'd always plan. But yeah, it's amazing what you miss and amazing what it's that kind of stuff, like just hanging out, what I mean, with people and people that you work with. I mean, we spend most of our time with the people we work with. I mean, me and you, we worked together for years and years and years. That's how we met. Yeah. And it's like, shit. I was like, that's how we lived, So, yeah, it's like, as much as I fought going back to the office, and I fought it like crazy. Like, I ain't never going back. I remember I planted that flag. I'm like, I ain't never going back. You ain't never catch me back downtown or whatever. And then, of course, I started showing up, and then all of a sudden, it's like 3 days a week down there.
You're like, can I go 4 days a week? Is that cool?
I mean, the house, overpopulation of my house pushes me. And then, so my other boss always makes fun of me about that because you got too many people. We can always rely on you showing up. Like, oh, yeah. And, this week I'll be there 4 days. It's like tomorrow I'll take day off because, obviously we go a little bit late on Wednesdays. But, yeah, dude, I'm like, I miss it. It's weird. It's like, I've told Izzy too. I'm like, you want to come in? Like, there's places for you to reserve seats. You and your people can come down, hang out. I was like, I'll drive you in and we'll drive out together.
It depends, because like some departments, they tell you don't go in. Like they tell us don't go in.
She's fully, like, just like you. She's fully remote.
We're fully remote, so they tell us not to go in. And even if you have system issues, it's you find somewhere else to work. That's not the all. You can't go in the office. There's nowhere for you to go in the office, or you have to use after a certain amount of time, right?
Hers is like show up or use PTO.
Depending on what the issue is, right? If it's something that's a system issue with the company related items, then hey, there's nothing you can do about that. But like if your internet goes down at home, and if it's down more than 2 hours, You're using PTO, or you got to find somewhere to work.
And they're like, oh, well, I don't, it's not my fault. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sorry, dude. Sorry about your luck. Uh-oh. What the hell's that?
I don't know. What'd you do?
Nothing.
I mean,
oh man, do we have a
I know, we're still alive, it looks like.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see any issues. But yeah. But anyway, did you see Gronk's talking about coming out of retirement? There's a bunch of rumors that I hadn't heard anything from him specifically, but there's definitely a ton of rumors out there that he's talking about coming out.
Yeah.
He's been out of the league for 2 years now.
Damn, I thought it was 3.
2.
Yeah.
Well, because he left and then he came back for that year, right? Maybe even 2.
Yeah.
And then he's been gone for 2 now. This will be the 3rd season if he doesn't play this season. But yeah, he's talking about rumors swirling around.
He's coming back to play for the Patriots, right?
Well, that's one of the places.
Yeah.
He likes Drake May's game. It's obviously a franchise he's familiar with, right?
It sucks too because
but I've also heard like maybe possibly Denver too.
What's his name takes a massive hit there. What's his name? The tight end in New England. Hunter Henry. And he was okay. He started. Yeah. They built a rapport, and he was actually serviceable in fantasy. I only think of fantasy. I don't think about nothing else.
Great Gronk's going to be though. He's been out for 2 years. He's older. He's not the same. He's not going to be able to. Is
he older than Travis Kelce? Because I mean, he's one of the greatest of all times.
Yeah, but again, he's not the same size.
Like Gronk was the greatest. I think going in. I mean, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez. They were phenomenal. But Gronk because he had Brady, right?
Right.
I'm just saying.
He's always had Brady.
This box good. I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm having a box from Yingling, and then Alan's having the Deftones lager right now, the Zero lager. I never saw this beer. Alan brought it over to the house. I like it a lot. German style Bock. What the hell is that? I thought it was
he's 35.
35?
He's 35.
Right.
And he's nowhere close to as big as he was.
How old is Kelce?
Oh, let's take a look. Hold on.
We're almost out of here. We got about 9 more minutes before we get out of here. But yeah, appreciate everybody popping in, saying hi. Again, more content.
35. They're both 35.
Both 35? Yeah, no, he's fine. He'll be fine. He's got those elbow injuries though, right? There's always something. He had a bunch of pads around his elbows. But yeah, check out patreon.com/strikeoutbeer. Head over there for more content, beer reviews, more candid streams, recordings, and things like that. So yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so he's talking about coming out. We'll see what happens with that. But I think if he comes out, I don't know that he's fantasy relevant, honestly.
Deep leagues, yeah. 16 team leagues. Yeah, I'm in.
Maybe
he'll make it on my rankings. I'll tell you that. He'll make it on my rankings. He
won't be in my top 10.
Well, no,
and we're not going deeper than 10 in our rankings on tight ends.
Why not? Most leagues are 12.
Okay, so we go 15,
12, 14,
so we go
16.
What? We going 15?
I would say 16.
16?
Yeah,
he's not my top 16.
Oh, he's definitely in there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely. When you start looking at the numbers, you'll figure it out. You'll come around. It's fine. You can be bold here. That's fine.
He's going to be worthless for the first 6 games.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh,
100%.
That's a bold claim.
He hasn't played football in a couple of years.
He catch ball? Ball catch him? He move ball? Ball move him?
Different, man. The game's different, man. The game's different.
The greatest.
And he's
one of the greatest of all times.
The game's different. He's not the same size.
He's a little bit slimmer.
Right.
So maybe he's more like a Hunter Henry. Out there running wild, little shimmy.
Yeah, but
no,
I don't think so, man. I would not put him in my top 16. He'll be ahead of Kyle Pitts, but he won't be in my top 16.
Hey, there we go. I know what we're gonna hit.
I've already seen people talking about Kyle Pitts having a breakout year.
Screw that. Yeah, I'm out.
I've already seen it.
I bash every one of those things.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We want to run it back one more time. We just want to run it back one more time. It's like you just want clickbait at that point. Like you don't want people to interact.
Last year you got me. You're not getting me this year.
Yeah. No.
Not doing it.
He got it the first year, the second year, the third year. Yeah. No. It's not happening. Yeah. It's not happening.
I got one last story to talk about.
Let's do it.
And this just boils down to how stupid people are.
Oh, yeah.
Because do you know we're in the middle of a measles outbreak here in Texas?
Measles?
Measles.
Yeah. People don't want to get their vaccination for the kids.
We had eradicated measles. It was gone.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Measles, chicken pox, gone. Like I remember back when we were kids, chicken pox was still a thing. You didn't have the chicken pox vaccine back then.
I got chicken pox. You got chicken pox?
Yeah, I had chicken pox.
Yeah. So we got to get the shingles vaccine here pretty soon.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't want shingles.
My dad had shingles. My
his mom had it.
You know, all that kind of stuff. They all had shingles. They like it's the worst. My grandfather Jakey, he had them. It was like he said it was fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Like your body's on fire.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, I'll get the vaccine.
I'll get the vaccine. I'm good.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer.
No.
I'm an anti-bullshitter. Like, so the only reason I got the COVID poke was because Lizzie she was going through
I got it for work.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how that's how you force you into it. They're like, do it. So the my body, my choice shit only works.
We had to go back to the office, and you couldn't go back to the office.
Yeah. The my body, my body, my choice shit only works for certain things.
Right.
It doesn't work for everything, which is really cute. But so anyways, Lizzie got fucking scared into it, and she goes, "Well, we're going on vacation." She wanted to go on vacation in Florida. She goes, "Well, we got to get it." I go, "I don't want to get it." I showed up, hungover as shit, sweating bullets. Like just fucking,
so just like anything else you do in life.
Well, it's like Thursday. It was Thursday, and so they gave me the stab or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. And I fucking felt like ass the rest of the day.
I didn't.
And Lizzie,
I was fine.
It hurt. We both went to bed. You know, it's kind of one of those things. We already had COVID. Her kid brought it over. Her kid brought it over when he goes, I don't feel. It's like fucking March. I don't feel too good, but I'm coming over. Okay. And so he gave it to us back in March of 2020. And so I was like, all right, fine. But yeah, I was like, I'm not I'm getting the shingles vax, the measles shit. Yeah. The chicken pox thing. Yes. I mean, all this other shit that's been around for forever, get it. But the other bullshit, like, I'll be honest, I got subdued because my wife was going through cancer and she said, fucking get it. And I go, all right, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
And that's why I did it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. I was never going to get that fucking vaccine because I knew it was bullshit.
I got it last minute because, like I said, we had to have it before we went back into the office. We went back into the office for a little bit.
Well, that was the only way they can get it. If you listen to, was it Fauci or whatever, he goes, they'll bend on their morals and stuff. If you make it, but, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what a fucking prick. I just want a couple minutes in a room with that fucking guy.
Shouldn't be making people bend on their morals, but that's besides the point.
I just,
but
just want a couple minutes in a room. Hang on with that guy.
Largest measles outbreak in 30 years.
Yeah. Because people, they bend too far and it snaps too far back. And it's like with measles and chicken pox and all that other shit. It's like, that's not experiment. That shit is not like, they just popped it out because they know about they knew about this fucking thing.
Right.
This shit's been around since like the 20s or some shit. It's same thing as like polio and stuff like that. Like, dude,
like we got rid of polio and polio started coming back. There are people who've gotten polio here lately, and you're like, what? Why?
Well,
we got rid of it.
We got weirdos. They can't see between the two. They either are radical or they're not fucking radical.
I need to show you an old Western is what I need to do.
They're radical or radical, right? They're not fucking in between. And then all this other bullshit that came through and just clouded everybody's thought. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no.
But it's insane. Like, we got rid of it all. Like, I remember I had chicken pox when I was a kid. That was 2 weeks out of school.
Yeah.
My
grandmother took care of me.
But like, it was back. It was a thing. Like, you had chicken pox parties. If one kid got it,
get them all.
Let's get them all. Let's knock this all out so that they can all have it at the same time.
Especially on a block or something like that, or like a small community. They're like, fuck it, we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it through it right now.
We're gonna run it through. They're all gonna get it.
We'll take calamine lotion and shit. Oh my god.
That having
oatmeal baths and whatever.
Wearing oven mitts on your hands so that you
don't scratch.
So you wouldn't scratch.
Yeah.
I mean, it was but it was a nice 2 weeks of getting to watch, The Price is Right and Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, getting to watch all that for a week or 2 weeks, right?
There's nothing better than
but we got rid of all that. Like, it's just not a thing anymore. But then people are stupid and they're like, oh no, I'm not gonna get this because then it's gonna
it's the other shit that colluded their brain. It's like, they made you like you said, you had to get that goddamn shot just to show up to work. You had to show your papers to go to work. And I remember that shit too. I was like, that's why I call it DOS papers. You need to see it. Here's my, papers.
My papers.
And all that shit. And so everybody got too far that rubber band snapped and they went too far on everything else. I'm like, not that stuff. Come on now. Like this one, yeah, I can see you. I can see you fighting this, and not wanting and all that kind of shit and all that you want to fight it. But like the other stuff, like measles and chickenpox and shit,
polio,
polio. Come on, man.
Have you ever seen someone on an iron lung? Ugh. You literally live inside a casket.
Yeah, essentially, your head's sticking out.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to have that?
Yep.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, it's because it shit went too far both ways.
People are morons.
Shit went both ways. It's insane. Yeah. And all of a sudden if you become like all of a sudden you're an anti-vaxxer. It's like, well, no, I'm not. I'm not. I want the certain shit. I just didn't want that crazy shit.
My kid's getting all her vaccines.
Yeah, I didn't want that shit you wanted to poke into everybody and maybe go back to work. But you know what? Cancel later said, get it. And I said, fine, I'll do it for you. And that's the only reason I did it. Yeah. Because otherwise I wouldn't have done it. I was like, I'm not doing it. And she goes, we're going to do it because we're going on vacation this year. I was like, I don't give a shit what you say. Whatever. And then,
fine,
of course, there I'm at Kroger getting jabbed.
Right.
Dumbest shit ever. I think that's one of the dumbest things I've ever done.
Nah, you've done way dumber.
Way
dumber.
I don't know.
Way dumber. I'll talk to you offline about that. Apparently, I need to remind you of a few things.
But yeah, that stuff. It's like, what are you doing? Yeah. No, that like, I don't want my kids to have chicken pox. I don't want my kids to have measles. I don't want to,
mumps.
They got all that shit. Like, yeah, mumps and shit. It's like, dude, And
I've seen the episode where Lisa gets the mumps. It looks awful.
And then when their kids get that shit, they're like, "Oh, this is something. It's someone else's fault." No, it's
not. It's true. It's 100% your fault.
You're in charge of that kid. You're in charge of being the safe care, the caregiver of that kid, just like any other shit you do. And we're not doing that here, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's like, you are actually in charge of this kid. And if that kid says they want something or need something or whatever, and you're like, "Oh yeah, totally." Just saying. Shit.
Do better.
Yep, exactly.
Do better.
Just do better.
You need to do better. Mind your own business.
Yeah. Cheers to you, pal. We'll get out of here.
So you're digging the Yingling Bach?
Yeah, it's good. We'll do a review of this next week. We'll drop it. Yeah, we'll drop it next week because we've already had, as you can see behind us, we had Fred Thurst, we had Sell the Team, we did Starter Fluid and 311. So we got some
reviews coming to you.
Some
this
beer
week.
Reviews dropping, and also they're not only available in video. If you want audio, we generally release those on Strikeout Beer, but since they are quick beer reviews, they'll probably be released on Quick Beer Reviews. So you can find those wherever you listen to podcasts. No video available, audio only.
I will say this again. This is from DrinkSip. They're one of those non-alcoholic breweries. Tone Zero, little Deftones beer action. It's a lager. It's pretty damn tasty.
We'll do that next week too. We'll have a video, dedicated video up for that next week. Yep, absolutely.
So, looking forward to that. But you know what, guys? Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. Again, if you want a little extra content, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/strikeout beer.
Yeah. Chugging and dedication here in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. You get to see beers we're going to have on the show in advance, as well as, just one-off reviews of us or just us just chatting. That's one thing that I used to do a lot that I hadn't done over the last year because I wasn't really drinking. But now that I'm drinking again, I'm going to be working on getting back to my Friday night chats where I just kind of sit down and just talk about whatever's going on. Something that tickles my fancy, But go check it out. You get it for $3 a month. There's also a free side of it where you can get a little bit of extra content on there as well. We usually drop Freebie Friday videos over there, so go check that out. But thank you guys so much. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm RD.
Talk to you later. Deuces.